What's up, David?
Not much. How's it going? I'm
Good,
gonna
good night.
I'm
Huh?
gonna stand for this.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you do whatever you got to do. We're good. This is a comfortable environment. So nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, pleasure. How you doing?
I'm great. Where are you standing up at? Where's your geographical location?
I'm in Toronto.
Oh, I love the
Yeah.
Canadians. I I
All
I
right. So do
I.
I.
Huh?
So do I.
Yeah, there you go. Um, I have a jazz radio show, and a lot of musicians get grants. There's a high level of cognizance from the government about that. I think socialized medicine's good. When something wonky happens in America, the Canadians pass legislation while all the lobbyists laugh about what we don't do down here. It's. I mean, I'm not saying I'm careful to say that it's not the perfect utopia. Nothing is, but I definitely dig the way you guys roll. So, and I hear Toronto's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's there. I've lived here my whole life, and there's I don't know. Maybe I'm just like immune to it because I've been here my whole life. But yeah, there's lots of really cool stuff here for sure.
Right on. Well, let's get into it. I want to get into your life and your mission and your career. But to begin that, I want to know, how did you survive the last 3 years with COVID, and how has it changed you now that we're in this post-pandemic era?
Excellent question. The hmm. So I have an agency. We do web and branding for charities and nonprofits, and I started the agency about 7 years ago, and we've always been virtual. So in terms of like meeting with clients, if they were local, I would go and drive to them, and that totally stopped. So there's like a socialization aspect of like connecting with people in person is very different than this Zoom thing that we've been doing, or Skype or WhatsApp or like whatever, right? Meeting with people in person is part of like what makes us human, and actually like really connecting with people. Um, and so coming out of pandemic mode, being back in the real world, connecting with people, it's like, let's have a party. Let's get together, let's celebrate, let's enjoy life, enjoy each other, be with each other, and connect in person, and like let's put the phones down,
Yeah.
right? When we go as a family to a restaurant, and I see like kids sitting at the table with an iPad or whatever, and it just like it does something to me that I'm just like, this isn't the right thing. I totally get it. We have two kids, totally get it. Like, we need some time for ourselves to kind of like unplug a little. Let's give them a screen. But we're here. Like, let's live in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So let's get to the essence of what you do for a living. I'm going to put you in front of a bunch of grade school kids at a career day, and one of the kids looks up and says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How do you answer them?
Hmm. Totally on the spot on that one.
Yeah,
What do I
thinking
say then?
cap.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what do I do? We make websites. So you go and you want to find something, you want to learn about something, you go on the internet. We build the things that give you all the information. And when you go out on the street and you see signs for stores, and you're driving in the car or on the bus and you see McDonald's or Nike, or those are obviously way bigger brands than we work with, but you recognize those things. Those are called a logo. We design those. We help people get recognized.
So what did you want to be when you were in grade school?
What I do now did not exist
Yeah.
when I was in grade school, and I remember thinking I want to. Well, I don't know if it was really grade school or kind of high school, but I remember thinking I want to go into medicine, and I was on the track to go into med. My father's a chiropractor. Whether you believe that that's real medicine or not, that's not kind of the point here, but I want to help people and I want to do something. And in 1996 I had an accident. It was my graduating year from high school, and I couldn't walk for about 4 months. I had a couple of surgeries. I was going to rehab 3-4 times a week, and thankfully I've made like full recovery. I'm here standing before you, and during that time, I really pushed heavy into computers, and that's kind of, I guess, the hero story.
Yeah. Well, what were some of the formative pieces growing up when you were younger that made you go towards technology and design? What were those seeds, so to speak, that were planted in you?
My father claims that this is all to do with him because he went to school at university studying computer science. He didn't go down that road. Like I said moments ago, he went into chiropractic, but he's always been into technology and whatever. And it was early 80s, I think it was 83 maybe. And he came home with an Apple IIe computer. It was a two-color screen monitor. I think it was amber and black. And it was really easy to open the case. You just kind of like lift it up. And I think I was 5, 4, 5, 6, something like that. And I would like open the computer, take a look at like all the pieces in there and stuff. And I'd like took the pieces out and put them back together and like trying to figure out the puzzle. The computer still worked, so that's like awesome. But yeah, I've just always been, I guess, intrigued and trying to solve the mystery around technology.
So, talk to me a little bit about who heroes have been. Who's been a hero for you in your life?
Um, I think as every child there's figures, whether it's like a newscaster or a movie star or sports figures or whatever. And I love playing sports. I'm not really phenomenal at any sports, but I love playing sports. So there's like the typical sports like Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, like Nolan Ryan, right? But in terms of like my life, it's really been, I think, mostly my family, to be honest. We've always been involved in community. We've always been involved in helping people in some way, shape, or form. I did volunteering as a teenager and like preteen, through like youth groups and stuff like that. And that really, you know, drove me to want to continue to give back. And that's one of the reasons that we work with nonprofits and charities.
So, if you can meet anybody alive right now on the planet and spend some time with them, who would it be?
Probably a little bit controversial. There's one of two. It's either uh, Elon Musk or Bill Gates. And at this exact moment, I'd probably say more Bill Gates. He's doing a lot of humanitarian work in his quote unquote retirement, and doing a lot of, or trying to move the world forward in a way that will have big impact.
So you had mentioned, making logos for big companies. What has been one of your favorite success stories of a company coming up with a brand or a logo?
I don't have one.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's an answer. That's an answer in itself. So let me ask you this: what is your daily motivation to get up, get out of bed, do your job, grow, and help clients? What is that for you?
The motivation started probably about 6 months before I like formally as Wow Digital. I spent about 16 years working in nonprofits. I was restructured. There was about just under 90 people that were let go from the place that I was employed. I was looking for work. I had a 3-year-old. My son was just born like 5 months earlier, and I was like, I need to do something that is going to sustain us. And I've always kind of done some freelance on the side. And I was like, all right, the motivators is my like immediate fan, like my wife and our kids, and making sure that we are in a place where we can do for others, that we can um fend for ourselves isn't the right word for that, but like we can take care of ourselves, and by taking care of ourselves we can take care of others. And that was like the drive for all of it, making sure like I'm waking up, I'm hustling. I was looking for work, like I was let go, I was applying for jobs, and I just ramped up my freelance that I've always kind of done on the side, and turned into this awesome agency.
So, what has been one of your favorite client success stories that always puts a smile on your face?
um one of my favorite clients, is a company called Springboard Services. We did some work for them. We started probably about 5 years ago, and we really revolutionize in terms of web and like a typical like nonprofit's website. You don't really think of revolutionize, but we really changed what they're doing and how they're doing it and how they're approaching the constituents that they want to connect with. And we're still working with them. We're doing ongoing support for them. I love chatting with them. They're a really great group of people, and we're working on building calendaring functionality so that people can request their services without needing to actually pick up the phone. A lot of people don't want to call. They just want to like a couple of clicks.
Yeah. So what are you the proudest of that you've done in your life so far?
I think building the agency. I had a vision, I had a goal, I made it happen. I've got a team, an amazing team behind me, and we've got an amazing culture at the business. We all love what we do. We love the people that we help, the people we serve, and we've just created something that's just really remarkable. It was just my birthday, and they ended up. I just happened to have this on my desk. They ended up sending me like an award.
Cool.
Like, and it's just like really cool kind of culture and dynamic that we've got.
Right on. So let's say you have a dream tonight. You run into the younger 20-year-old version of yourself. You can give that version of you a piece of advice based on the wisdom you've gained up to this point in your life. What do you tell that young version of you?
Don't worry and don't think about what other people think you should be doing.
Yeah, good advice. Everyone out there has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, colleagues, but you're in control. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
I think that I'm a confident individual that sets goals and achieves them.
So if anyone wants to hire you, learn more about you, anything about your world, where do they go?
Easiest thing, just go to wowdigital.com. I've got a link right there to book a free consult and connect with us.
Excellent. David, thank you for opening up. Thanks for your story.
My pleasure. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. I don't want to be presumptuous. How do you pronounce your last name?
Pisarek.
Okay, I like it. I would have probably messed it up, so I'm glad I got that. David, thank you. Best of luck with everything.
My pleasure, and hope to connect with some people.
Absolutely.